Congratulations, you have just made it to week 4 of this series that my friend Morgan and I have been working on for you guys on how to do transitions around partner weaves, specifically these kind of split opposite partner weaves. We spent the last 2 weeks basically talking about the difference between slides and pivots, which we like to call turns, and we'd actually just like to start off this video by recapping each of those transitions for you real quick. So, we're going to start off with a slide to the left. Next.
Next, we're going to go ahead and install over to our right.
Next, we're going to do a turn to our left, and that's going to happen next.
And then to finish it out, the last transition we've been talking about is a stall with a turn. That's going to happen to our left. Next.
And we wound up right back where we started. Hooray!
Hey!
Cool. So, with 2 different directions you can be spinning in, 4 different possible facings, and 4 different possible types of transitions, and 2 individuals, that comes to a total of 64 possible transitions that you have available to you just within the course of this week. That's a lot, and we're not actually going to demonstrate each and every one of them in this video because it would take us a half an hour to do it. That said, we have mapped out each and every one of these transitions, and it's available in a handy-dandy chart that you can download at drexfactor.com. There will be a link in the description of this video. But the good news is that having learned each and every one of these fucking transitions, we realize that fundamentally there's really only about 4 rules that govern how they work, and we've been able to distill that down essentially into 2 verbal commands that we can give each other and realize where we're going to wind up and have it work out.
Yeah, so it turns out that there's actually only 2 pieces of information that you need to communicate to your partner to make the transition be a feasible one. The first one is which direction you're going to step, right or left. And like we mentioned earlier, I think in video 2 maybe, this is particularly something you have to focus on when you're both facing the same direction, so that you don't end up both stepping the same direction and running into each other. Like I said, we've been using it where the person who calls the transition is using the direction that refers to themselves.
Right.
And then the second piece of information that you need to communicate is whether the weave is going to switch direction from a forwards to a reverse, or whether it's going to maintain its direction.
Right. Remember from the previous videos that we essentially have 4 different transition styles. We have our slide, we have a slide with a stall, we have a turn, we have a turn with a stall. Now the funky thing is that if you do either a slide or both a turn and a stall, you maintain the same direction of rotation. So you'll wind up, if you start in a forwards weave when you finish out of that. When it comes to just a stall or just a turn, both of those reverse the direction of the weave that you're working in. If you start off in a forwards weave, you wind up in a reverse weave, right? So really the only information that you need to have a positive outcome come out of it is to know whether you're switching the direction of the weave or you're keeping the direction of the weave. We're going to give you guys a quick demonstration. And up. Cool. So all the information that I'm going to give Morgan at this point is I am going to say same direction, and I'm going to say to the left. And we're just going to go halfway around, yeah? Cool. And that'll happen next. Cool. So note, Morgan did the turn in the stall. I did the slide. And yet, we came out of it going the same direction. Morgan changed her facing, but other than that, everything came out roses. Let's go ahead and go around and do a switch to my right. And that'll happen next. Boom. So that time, we both chose the stall. Didn't necessarily have to work out that way though. In fact, just for shits and grins, how about I do the stall and you do the turn this time around, yeah?
Okay?
Cool.
All right.
Left. And next. You do the turn.
My bad.
Whoops. Let's try that again.
I'll turn.
I'll turn. All right. You turn.
I'll turn.
To my right. And next. Beautiful. And it all worked out. Fantastic. So essentially what Morgan and I have been playing with all weekend is the idea of just calling out those instructions and seeing that it all comes out roses in the end, which is pretty nice. We've been doing some minor variations on that, but fundamentally we can just call out those 2 words, and that's all we need. It's been pretty handy around the fire circle. Cool. So this was a much shorter video, primarily because it turns out that the answer to this was so much simpler than either one of us thought it was when we first got into this process. So, thank you guys for coming on this journey with us, and yeah, you have lots to work on. Go forth and partner boy. Woot! Peace, and thank you, Morgan, for being part of this.
Thanks for having me.
Word. Latest.
This video was made possible thanks to the kind contributions of these folks right here. Special thanks to Sean, Prisna, Kira, and Firefly for your very generous support. This video channel is a one-man operation. Help me to keep on making these videos by visiting drexfactor.com/support, where you can get your name in the credits or choose from a variety of other rewards, and help me to continue to make the videos that I love. Thanks for watching.